Online games are a cesspool of bad experiences and weird interactions, but especially on a game that's geared towards younger people, Star Stable can have some serious degenerate behavior. So I took to Reddit to find some answers on you guys' worst experiences on the popular online horse game. Some of these names will be censored depending on if I know they were okay with their name being in the video or not. For me, it wasn't really a bad thing, but it was kinda embarrassing. I was level 12 or 13 and I had no idea what a roleplay was. There were a lot of ads in Global, so I decided to join a wild roleplay at Valedale. I got there and we started, and they posted a message saying typing. I had no idea what that meant, so I asked them, but I still didn't really understand, and they were getting angry because they just wanted to start playing. So I called for pickup. I pretty much just ditched them. I then logged off and logged back on, saying it was an accident, and then they kicked me out of their roleplay. And I got a really long message saying that I shouldn't run away. I apologized and never spoke to them again. I did, however, get asked to join a different roleplay when I was level 20, and I agreed, and she properly explained it to me. I've been doing roleplays with her ever since. I feel like roleplay is so, I don't know, to me, it's kind of overrated, or I guess I just haven't found the right people, because I know that I used to do it a lot, but a lot of the times it just feels like runs through the field or eats grass. Like, a lot of the time they don't really put story into it, so I never really got into the whole roleplay thing. I won't go into too much detail because it's truly vile stuff. Trigger warning: mentions of Violet Flower Garden. I forgot where I was on the map. Truly am still shocked to this day that this happened. Found some role players role-playing what they felt like her last moments were like. I'll just leave it at that. I'd rather not explain exactly what happened, and no, they weren't punished for this. This is just disgusting to do. I cannot believe that there are people out there who are doing this, and I seriously hope that they reevaluate themselves because this is not okay. I'm an adult that plays the game, 30F, and I never talk in global chat, but sometimes the stuff I see people type is unsettling. The blatant racism, bigotry, foul language, etc. Even if they're younger kids or teens, I never remember typing that sort of stuff when I was that age. Like, where are the chat moderators for some of these phrases and words? I'm still fairly new to the community, 2 years, so this maybe is just normal nowadays. I have no idea. It's just a reason I keep my chat turned off most of the time. I'm, surprised that people are experiencing this at all, because I know that I'll try to post a normal message in chat and it will just be censored, or you're unable to send this message and it will be something totally mundane and normal, and it's like, I don't even know what was wrong with that, so I'm surprised that people can get around the chat filters, because I can't even talk in it at all. When I was 10, I joined a wild roleplay that was happening outside Mistfall. We all gathered outside Dundle, and I waited 30 minutes for people to join, and when it was finally time to go, well, no. And when it was finally time to go, we all galloped for a place to start. At one point it became awkward, and they wanted me to rear at someone to mate. I hesitated and said I didn't want to do it, but there were two people in front of me saying, just do it, over and over again. So I literally reared at this horse and covered my eyes in shame. We had a full Connemara, and I never saw those people again because I just left afterwards. I've been in a roleplay where they did that before, and I didn't get that it was weird, so I was just like, okay, I'll go along with it. And this was when I was I don't know, I had to be 11 or 12. But yeah, I mean, I usually forget that just because I'm not playing with other people anymore. I usually play solo. That people are still interacting with each other and doing all this weird stuff, and it's it makes me glad that I don't play with people anymore. Running into a leaf pile and getting only one firefly. No seeds, no garden power, having maxed all probabilities as well. That's tough. I haven't really gone into the whole firefly hunting thing. I mean, when I'm over there, I'll collect them, but I never go out of my way for it. Yeah, I don't know. I never liked the collecting stuff. I know that this is probably my fault, but I wanted to tell it anyways because I think it's funny now. I joined a club when I was maybe 10 years old. It was my first serious club and I had a blast. The club leaders and my owner were very nice to me, and I spoke very mature for my age, so they didn't understand that I was so young. I participated in all the club activities I could participate in, and the club owner put me on the high score list team and stuff, I was very proud. However, as a normal 10-year-old, I did not have much control over my own life. The club owner asked me to lead an activity, and I said yes and didn't think much about it. The day before the activity, I told her that I couldn't make it to the original time we had planned and asked if we could move it to 1 hour later, because I was going for a walk with my mom that day. She said yes. The day after, the walk with my mom took longer than expected, and I begged her to go home quickly so I could lead my activity. We didn't use Discord or anything else to communicate, so I couldn't let the owner know I wouldn't make it in time. Long story short, I missed the activity. The next day I logged in and was met with a very professional and angry letter that explained that I had first and foremost changed the time of the activity and also ignored her when she said that she didn't want any more BS from me, and ended up not showing up for the activity. She also explained that they would remove me from the high score team and ban me from hosting any activities in the future. I wrote a desperate letter back saying I'm only 10 and cried so hard I threw up. When I was first really getting into the game, and I bought myself Star Rider, so I was that into it. I was willing to spend that much money as a 10, 11-year-old. So I remember joining my first club, and I don't remember what it was called, but I remember the uniform was that classic light blue sweater with the white collar. I remember that it was a dressage club, and it was kind of a little bit picky, and I just remember so much drama going down in there, and I don't know, I've tried to start clubs of my own since, but I'm just not consistent enough to start a club, and yeah, I don't really feel like running it all the time. I have stuff to do, I like sports, and I got doxxed by a club owner because I criticized her and called out her extremely toxic team of club leaders for being bullies. I left the club shortly after, and later that evening, my mom got a phone call from an unknown number claiming that her daughter, me, was saying really mean things online and that she should keep me in check. I was 14 and fucking terrified. To this day, I have no idea how this girl got my mom's phone number. I don't know what personal information I could have possibly given out at that time that made her figure it out, but that was some scary shit. She claimed to be 21 at the time of this event, by the way. Real mature. Dude, I have no idea how they would have gotten your number. I pretty much play the game alone while listening to Reddit stories or music on YouTube. Me too. Or be in Discord call with a friend of mine who also plays SSO, and the two of us chat about our day while playing SSO or Roblox. I was told that one of my horses that I was riding was ugly. I was riding my Gen 1 Andy Seabiscuit. He's not ugly. I and another friend who I think stopped playing SSO, I'm not sure, were ignored by club members we were in a club with, saying that the club now had a Discord, and me and this friend were trying to get them to tell us what it was, but they wouldn't tell us. So me and the friend left the club, with me writing a letter to the owner of the club telling them what happened and that we wouldn't be back. I've been in another club since then, but was kicked due to a lot of drama, and I don't want to say, but those people are still blocked on both of my lists, Discord and on SSO. I was around 11 years old and very naive. Somebody told me if I give her my account info, she'll buy me star coins. Fortunately, I was bragging about it to my friend, and she told me to change my password immediately. We're the same age, but I wasn't as bright as her, apparently. I've definitely given my password to those sites that are you could get free star coins if you put your account info into the site, and I honestly did that for at least 3 separate sites, probably. Obviously, I never got my star coins, but I was lucky enough to keep my account. Nothing really bad happened out of that, but yeah, I was probably one of the lucky few that those sites weren't really active anymore and nobody was looking at them. So my information's probably in the ether somewhere, but yeah. I can say that you definitely shouldn't give out your information to anybody, even if they're offering to buy you star coins. Tell them to buy you a coupon or something so that you can redeem it yourself. So that you're not giving out your information to anybody. Got accused of cheating, even using that special horse effects powder you get from Halloween, and when I tried explaining it where I got it, they were like, there's no such thing, I don't believe you, I'm gonna report you. Man, that just ruined my day that time. Foolish, ignorant people that can't even be reasoned with. I definitely kept those, like, magic powders from the Christmas events, and I think that I honestly still have them in my closet because I know that I used a couple like after the Christmas event happened, but then I was too afraid to use them because I have attachment issues and I have trouble with hoarding game resources. I feel like I don't know, like it's special. Like I don't want to use it because it's like the only time that they do that. So yeah, I still have some, I think. But yeah, I mean, those were all of the opinions that I had to read for you. Let me know what you think about some of the things that were said because I know that a lot of you probably have similar situations, especially with clubs and like role play and things like that, that are just inherently you're interacting with more people, so you're gonna have weirder experiences. So here is the finished speed paint.
Especially since you are catering towards people who can buy star coins. I mean, that's their main goal of the game, is to get you to buy star coins and memberships. So at this point, it's kind of ridiculous for them to be catering to younger people who don't have disposable income and whose parents won't buy them things. I honestly feel like the game should be trying to keep its current audience and start catering to the people who are growing up with the game because they already have an attachment to something that used to have a personality. It's hard to form an attachment now because it doesn't have a personality. So if you're a new player coming into the game, you're likely to not really care about it and not spend money on it. And if they catered to people who were growing up with the game and already attached to it, they would probably be more likely to get those people to spend money on it because they're starting to have disposable income and they can buy star coins on double star coin weekends and sometimes not on double star coin weekends, you know?